Hey, shout out to Smoke Jones for the donation. And what we'll do is you don't have to donate, but if you do, we'll make your question a video segment. Smoke Jones says, do you honestly think Hutch should come back if he clears medical by the playoffs? Or does he run the risk of being in a Grant Hill scenario? And if you guys are not familiar, back in the the early 2000s, the Detroit Pistons drafted Grant Hill. He then hurt his ankle. He came back. And if you ask him, was it a mistake to come back when he did? He'll tell you yes, essentially ruined his career. And that's what the question is. Do I think he should come back if he clears? I'm going to say yes. Here's why. He broke bones as opposed to ligaments. Ligaments are a whole different breed. Bones, they break, they heal, you're good. And also I trust the medical staff. And from what the Lions have shown me, they're dealing with players with injury. We saw it with Jamison Williams. We saw it with Hendon Hooker. They do not play around. If they don't think he's ready, he will not play, Super Bowl or not. Dan Campbell also believes that if there's any guy who could come back, it would be Aidan Hutchinson. Dan Campbell's in the building with him. I'm sure that the staff, he's very connected with, hey, what's going on? How realistic is it? How healthy will he be? But that's the beauty, if you can find beauty in what happened to Hutch, is he broke bones. Like we saw during the injury when he first got injured, how most of the doctors were saying that this was one of the best injuries he could have had for what he had. It wasn't a compound fracture. I've had one. They suck. It didn't come through the skin. It just broke. But everything else was attached. And I think Aidan Hutchinson is very fortunate that happened. As am I. I had a femur break that broke to the outside. And if you guys know, one of the biggest arteries that run in your body, if not the biggest, also runs along the biggest bone in your body. And if it would have broke inside to the inside of my thigh, I could have bled. I know it's kind of morbid, but that's how crazy it is. And I think that Aidan Hutchinson will absolutely return if it's okay by the coaching staff. Once it is a bone, once it heals fine. And also you hear that it heals stronger. Like I don't know if that's true. I mean, I could see it being true because you have the calcium that, kind of deposits around the break, and I could see it healing stronger. I mean, I don't know if that's fact, but I could see it healing stronger. And I'll tell you what, man, if there's anybody that I would love to see, I mean, you think about this. There are guys that started with this team in September. They're no longer with us, meaning on the team. James Houston went from a playoff contention to a top 5 draft pick in overnight. So he was drafted by the team that could possibly win a Super Bowl this year. And he is not on this team currently. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But if Hutch can come back healthy and contribute and help this team win, I think you got to let him come back. And as far as I don't think it's a Grant Hill situation. If it was his ankle, his knee, anything else, I'd probably say sit him out. But because it's a bone, I think, honestly, that's the only reason why he could come back, honestly. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and thank you for your question.